beautiful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No 2 games ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that upset each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out. By their 3rd-year quarterback.
And there's no doubt about the talent that we see from C.J. Stroud. We've watched it develop in his first 2 years in the league. But the best way quarterbacks are graded is winning. He's out there trying to win his 3rd division championship in as many years.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mills. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Point after here coming up. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Texans offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. At the 19-yard line. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sucked them last week resolves itself this time around.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
The Jaguars, first down. First and 10.
On a first and 10, it's ETN. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 18 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Texans will take over. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 31-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 13 carries, 72 yards.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established. And it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
You look at this Jaguar defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 down at the 31. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Mills to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a first and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Will Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
And it's 3rd down.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part at gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, now zapped right back in the other direction. Davis Mills and the Texans back out to take over once more. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mills. Working in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Mills. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Looking to throw is Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Throwing, Mills. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Jaguars back with it on offense.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Now Lawrence. Under pressure, they got him again. Will Anderson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
They just do get the playoff as you look to throw. And Thomas has it. And they'll bring him down here up about the 22-yard line. Thomas Jr. Logan Cook on the clock for the Jaguars.
So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's Week 10, Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday, by the way. We salute all the brave men and women who keep our country safe. This one's for you. Here we go with the highlights. And it's Bijan Robinson. A scintillating run for the touchdown. The Falcons come away with an 8-point victory. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos. They're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This would turn out to be one of the biggest plays of the game. The Raiders hang on. They win by a field goal, 20-17. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And it's the third-year man, Bryce Young. One of his 2 touchdown passes here in the first half. The Panthers with the lead at the half. A final look there at the rest of the scores from Week 10 with Cincinnati, Dallas, Kansas City, and Tennessee all on their bye. Meanwhile, in our game, each team's been able to manage just 1 touchdown, 7-7 tied at the half, as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Second half starts with a run by Etienne.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards off the play. That's good for Jaguars.
Play action, it's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 3. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him. And able to bring him to the ground. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Here's Lawrence. Under pressure, and they got it to him again. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Smith to return it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
23-yard line.
Now Mills. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And this will be a Texans 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 44-yard line.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Play action now, Mills. This one left side caught by Collins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 30. And Chubb will try the middle here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
The toss left, Mixon. And he's got room. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. They run it again with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Lawrence will throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to him. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
ETN up the middle to the 43, second down. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston will give them the season sweep. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he is going to lose yardage here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Take it in at the 22.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over first and 10.
So here are the Texans to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
And this will be a Texans first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Try! And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Texans will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars
Down by 10. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Now Lawrence.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
A loss of 11 yards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter.
And he'll
They'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Well, the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That is Josh Hines Allen working his way in for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mills. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Mills to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete. Right open. Turnover on downs. Hey, Lion.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Brenton's
2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10. Hey.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Well, quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
A loss of 6 yards.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. De'Ami Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Got his man, Dell. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
16 yards.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now we'll tuck this and run. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And the Texans are going to have a first down, and that is a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Houston, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.